All right. Hey guys, welcome back to Mandershed Media. Ian here with Tommy. So Tommy owns TransTorque Manufacturing in Saskatoon, where he rebuilds torque converters since 1987. And it's one of these skills that you don't necessarily get to see. So Tommy's given us access to his shop and gonna walk us through his inspection process and rebuilding process in doing torque converters. So just enjoy. If you need anything, Tommy's your man. TransTorque Manufacturing, Google it. It's very easy to find in north end of Saskatoon, and yeah, he's your transmission torque converter guy. So come and see Tommy.
Okay, I'm just going to cut a Ford converter here on the lathe. So what I usually do is just grab it. I have a plate up here. I have different plates for different converters. I have a Ford plate here, and I'm going to bolt this on here. And bolt it on. The other one. It's a 4R75W Ford. Then once I bolt it on, I usually stamp it. So when I weld it back together, I put it back at the exact same spot. So because I keep all the same parts. And we'll just split her open here on the lathe. She wants to be a pain today. There we go. There we go. We split it apart. Here's a stator. The one-way clutch in there. It turns one way and it locks up the other way. You have your bearing. There's the fins. It's all furnace sprays from factory. And you got your piston, and then you got your clutch to lock up right there. It's a lockup converter. Yeah, we let it drain and then we just throw it in the wash and then change the seals. There's a seal on here and then there's another seal on the other side. Bearing if you have to. This has a modulated clutch, so it show you here. To get it off.
Okay, so we're back at the inspection table here with Tommy, and so what do we got here?
We got a 10R180 out of a Ford, I think it's 2015 or so, and I cut it open already, and I washed some of it. I didn't wash it all, and I'll show you what's the inside here. This is the back, where it bolts up to the engine. The turbine, and here's the damper. And on this one here, they have the clutch glued to the turbine, so you can't wash this. If you wash this, the clutch will come off because it's a water-based glue that they're using nowadays, so you can't wash it. So we have to try and clean it as much as we can.
That's a pile of springs in there too,
Yeah,
right?
it's heavier.
Yeah, 1, 2, yeah, it must be like 12 springs.
Yeah, anything that's newer nowadays, they're going to the bigger springs on the
yes.
torques.
So you don't feel anything when
Yeah.
it engages, yeah.
So that's the turbine.
Yeah.
And here's a stator. It's a one-way clutch. This one here has a washer that's attached to here. No bearings or nothing, no seals in this converter. So it just has the one-way clutch, and it just runs on here, and it has a bushing here that goes into the pump.
It's even a narrow bushing, instead of even be big or wider bushing.
So it has a bushing on here, so
Yeah.
not on the pump.
Uh-huh.
And that's about it. And this is, and the clutch runs on the front part of this converter. So when you're cutting this one open, you got to be careful. You can't hammer it on this side here. You got to.
Oh, right, because you'll dent that contact area potentially.
And then if you have a dimple, the clutch won't lock up very well on it. So. So
Cool. Simple but not simple. You still got to specialize.
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks.
Okay. Well, I put this converter back together, and I put on on my welder here. So what I do usually, I plug this in, got another collet. I grab the hub, put my dial indicator, make sure it's straight, and then tack it together, which I already have done. And then once I do that, make sure the hub runs straight. Make sure this runs straight, and make sure this is pretty well dead on, as close as you can get them. And then after I do that, I'll start welding it together now. So what I do is turn it on, turn my welder on, and hit the switch. apart, or I'll take it off here and throw it in the water and pressure check it.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna take it off here and throw it in the water, make sure we don't have any leaks. Out of there. Throw it in the water. And put some air in it and make sure we have no leaks from my weld. And if it's not leaking, she's good to go. Just check it, make sure everything turns free inside. Paint her up, polish her up, paint her up.
All right, we've seen it, all the stages of rebuilding a torque converter. Again, thanks to Tommy for everything. Like, subscribe, comment, and make sure, again, try and stay local if you're looking for pieces. This is your guy, Tommy. He's got all the knowledge here that you could ever ask for. So be sure to look him up. Thanks for watching.
It's here.
Yeah, these two on high wall, right across from the hub.
Okay.
And then there was glasses shop here.
Yeah.
Where he is.
Yeah.
And then there's one on 8th Street where, right on the corner of Broadway and 8th.
Really?
Next to the Trans shop there.
Oh, I didn't know
Well,
that.
that's extreme. Because that's been the Goldie bought it, they triple A transmission or something. And then he sold it to Mike.
And who's this Rolly guy? Is that the advanced collision Rolly?
No, he was just a farmer that ended up buying the shop.
Oh.
From John Pond, he bought that shop and then.
Well, I haven't heard that name in a long time.
Well, he used to be the guy who started this, right?
Yeah.
And then he got Lester joined in.
Well, that's made out like, made out well. Very cool.